Since chevrons, we see them everywhere, I wanted to do a chevron pattern for my grandbabies, for my girls. So, but I want the pattern to match on the side when I sew them together. So I took the one front skirt and cut it out on a fold. And I'm now taking and opening up the fabric. We're going to match right sides together. And then you may have to take it and line it up and pin them to make sure the pattern is matching up exactly right all the way down the entire side, so that when you sew them together, you know for sure that the pattern is going to match. So I took this and I pinned it. And don't worry about the fact that the top don't match perfect or the bottoms, because one is the front and one is the back. So we cut it out. And don't forget to allow your seam allowance that's already on your pattern. We're going to take just the basic dress. I use this to make a Halloween costume. So we're going to use this cute little pattern that's going to flare at the end. Now my top, I don't want this same pattern on the bottom of the skirt to go up and down. So here I'm going to take it, and I took my fabric and I ripped it to make sure that it was on grain, and I matched up the selvages, and then I'm going to take the pattern itself, and it says center back. I'm going to line it up on the back, the seam. I'll go back and cut that open, and the front is say lay out on the fold. I will pin these in place, and then my pattern is going to shift. And so I don't want all the pattern pieces to go in this same direction. I want the front to be going on a bias. So this is my true bias grain line. It's a 45-degree angle. How I find it and make sure it's true 45, one is ripped. I know it's on grain. And then the selvage, I take it and fold it up and line it up and match it. Then two, if I want these to match, I'm going to take it and cut one of them out, pin it in place, cut it out, and then take it and open the fabric up and move it around and shift it until I get it to line up on the side seams. So that's how we match this. So here, if we take this one, we have it pinned together and sew it. Using your 5/8 inch seam allowance. Make sure you leave your pins in there so that when you sew these together, you can see right through the fabric and you can see exactly where the pattern is going. This I see is off a little bit. I want it to match perfect. You can take your pin and put it right in and check and see if it's lining up in the exact same place on the other side and see it's off. So if it is, you know you're going to have to make an adjustment, or else it's not going to match perfect when you put the two together. So I'm going to move it just slightly, and I'm going to keep looking to see if it's matching. And it's just a good idea to take the time to do that before you sit down and sew them together, so that it looks high-end and not cheap. So you can see right here that when we open them up, the patterns is going to match. Look, those are going to match. So I'll keep going so you can see. So just take the time to pin them together. And you're going to get a nice professional look every time. So no matter where it falls, the pattern match. And then we're going to do the exact same thing for our top. And if this is off a teeny weeny bit, this is going to fold up to the hem. But you can always take it loose this little bit and reline it up and adjust it to make every single one match perfect. Okay, you can see that I took my pattern and I cut my top on the bias, because remember, this is the lengthwise grain. You see how the two are so different. So this would be my skirt, and I can gather it or turn it into pleats, whichever way you want to do it.